Yo, welcome in to Weekly Picks with the Bros. Nando Talk, Red, White, and Bills. We should be streaming from both channels.
Bam.
Let us know if it's working. Share this out to everybody you know. This is week 2. Pretty excited. We had a pretty good. We were actually really good at. We should have put some money on these games. We were pretty solid.
I know, man. We were pretty solid.
Hell yeah, Jello watching the game. Yeah, I was watching up until halftime. We'll get it out of the way quick. We picked the Eagles. You know, I know we're late, but we both picked the Eagles. So, but it's a very close game, and it's going to be interesting.
Closer than I thought, honestly. Like I thought the Eagles would go out there and stomp them. I like the Texans. They're gritty. The helmets are nice.
Oh, I like that. Yeah, I like the red.
Yeah, the little candy apple helmets. Those are pretty cool, bro. But I did not expect much fight from that team at all. So
they're able to run on Philly right now. So I mean, that's something that I wasn't expecting, and you know, they're fighting, man. And it's I mean, it'd be cool to see. I mean, I know you'd be loving that because you don't want anybody to go undefeated. So
that's what I'm saying, man. Like as a Dolphins fan, you know, we're always rooting for that undefeated team to finally go down. You know, I know Larry Sonka's at home watching, so am I, man.
Yeah, that's right. And that's pretty cool, though. You know, you get to. I mean, honestly, I don't think anyone's ever going to go undefeated ever again. But yeah. Oh, Jello said the red is still clean. Yeah, man. I love when people like the Bengals white and black uniforms. That was hot. I mean,
I didn't like the helmets too much, but the uniform was nice.
Yeah, yeah. I feel like everyone's got to do something crazy like that, but I guess some uniforms just don't got it.
Some don't, bro. Honestly, when I saw on Twitter, like I was like, you know, I just got home, so when I saw on Twitter, like, oh, those candy apple helmets are clean. I was picturing a green like I was thinking about like, oh, maybe the Eagles did it because they usually have those nice unis. So when I saw it was the Texans, I was surprised, bro. I like when they come ready to play on Thursday.
They're trying to bring up some magic juju.
Magic juju. Hey, eating something out of the tank, bro.
That's right. But thank you guys for tuning in. If you haven't yet, subscribe to both channels. Nando puts out some great content. Like the video. We want to hear your picks too as we go through it. But before we get into it, I'm gonna put up the banner that shows our current record for the week. And remember, we pick an upset team one game every week. My upset turned out, and Nando's did not. But you know, for the first week, 12-3 and 10-5.
Take it.
That's pretty solid, man. That's pretty solid. We're right more than we're wrong. So the Jags and the Jags game. I mean that. And the Raiders, they screwed us over too, man. Like, wow, what a bad game that was.
That was such a flop, but like, I don't know. They've been flopping this entire season. It seems like I keep thinking they're going to turn around the ship, and they just don't, bro. Like, it's not working at all for them.
That's got to be like, I thought my biggest surprise of the year was like the Seahawks or the Giants or whatever. But now when I'm really thinking about it, it's got to be the Raiders just like being absolute trash.
Absolutely trash.
I thought they'd be, you know, one of the best offenses in the league. I mean, when you look at like you got Renfro, brought Devontae Adams in, you got Darren Waller, Colin LaRoche jumping in, fins up.
Yeah, Colin, what's up, boss? Hope you got some
support, buddy.
Hope you got some Tito's with you, boss.
But yeah, man, I think the Raiders are my surprise. They're my surprise team overall. But I mean, damn.
Man, I like surprise in a bad way for sure, man. Like that was something where I thought, here's a team that's going to go and contend in the AFC West. Like I thought the Broncos were going to flop, but I thought the Raiders were going to contend for like that division title, and they're nowhere near that at all, bro.
Funny thing is, the only division in the AFC with a winning record is the AFC East.
Right.
Every other division is. I mean, I had to pick. Let me pull up the picture. It's got all the. I think the AFC North is 14-18, and let me pull it up. Okay, here it is. The AFC East is 20-11. The AFC West is 14-15.
Dang.
The AFC North is 14-18, and the AFC South is 11-17-2. So, AFC Beast is right. Cat for life.
Cat for life.
I love to see Josh Allen running around the football field now. Hey, he's one of the greatest to do it, man. He gives me some. I gotta be worried about him because he does some crazy shit. But I mean, he's a hell of a player.
Dude,
you guys need to play the Patriots twice. There's still a chance for us to take the division. We're gonna talk about it. Hey, we can talk about that for sure. And
this is the AFC Beast, bro. Like
that's right.
I kind of liked I like what you brought up, the fact that like we have such a good division record, like as a division. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
that really just goes to show. We talked about it last week, how tough this division really is. And hey, Cap, you're right, bro. Like the Patriots, as bad as they are, like it's still, think about it. The worst team in our division right now is probably the Bill Belichick led Patriots. That's crazy. Like that's a crazy like division to contend with, or like the ascending Jets. Buffalo. Let's say, hey, Cap, you know, we're here to rock, bro. But like it's all like I wouldn't say it. There's a bad team in the division this year. You know, like there are teams worse, but like it's tough this year, bro. Like AFC Beast is ready and locked and loaded for a long time to come. I honestly think, man.
And I knew this was going to happen, but I didn't think it'd be this soon. I thought it'd be like next year, the year after. I was like, yeah, probably in like the next year or two, we're going to be the best division in football. But I mean, obviously the NFC East is record, the best division this year. But I mean, when your worst team is 500 and could possibly be over 500 after this week, and every team in your division is over 500. They'll be the only division like that, though, because the Commanders got the Vikings, and we're going to talk about that. But I mean, hey, this division, as much as I think it's ours, and I think we deserve all the praise that the media gives us and everything. It's only 2-game lead, so you can't get comfortable with that lead because you got the Dolphins ready to walk right behind you and take that away from you. So definitely gotta be humble and hungry. I think the Bills win this weekend, Dolphins win this week, and the Patriots win this week. I like that. I like that.
Who the Patriots play?
The Colts.
Oh yeah, bro. That's what I'm saying. You see, like Art, like it's would have been nice if we could have finally, like, as a Dolphins fan, like I thought it was going to be like, oh, the Bills are on top right now. Like, and I want the Dolphins to be able to up there and contend and battle it out. And then it turns out that wasn't to be the case, bro. Like the Jets caught up a lot faster than I thought. They still got issues to fix around there, but like the Jets, they're over 500. Like that's crazy to say. It's New York at this point in the season. They're usually eliminated from the playoffs already. And even the Patriots, bro, like they're still going to go out there and they're going to beat the Colts. They're still going to do well. It sucks, man. Hey, no worries, Cap. You got to catch up, boss, man.
We just appreciate that you're here, man.
That's all that matters, bro.
Let's get into it since we talked about the past.
Yeah.
We already got the Eagles. That game's already started, so we'll move past that. Colts versus Pats. I mean, the Colts, they're just another team where it's like they beat the Chiefs one week, and then you just look like the worst team in the NFL the next week. Like you're too wishy-washy for me to feel confident picking you. So the Patriots, yeah, they seem to have a little quarterback trouble, but their defense, they got some dogs on that defense. I call him Ramonster Stevenson. He's a beast. So I mean, I don't think the Colts got an answer for the Patriots this week. I'm gonna go with the Pats.
Dude, I'm gonna go with the Pats too, bro. I love Ramonster Stevenson right there. I love that little nickname. I've actually in my Dynasty Fantasy Football League been looking to maybe, shop around Dalvin Cook and go for Ramondre. And that's how crazy of a season this kid is having. Bill Belichick loves to run the ball. The Colts are banged up. I don't think Jonathan practiced again today. They're still trying to figure out Sam Ehlinger. Yeah, it's looking like I would rock with the Patriots too. And it's tough. It's icky for me to say that. But I'm trying to win, bro. Look at that. 12-3 to 10-5. I got to catch up. Yeah. Right, so we got to play smart out here.
That's right. Hey, talk about feeling weird. Like when it was Jets Patriots, I was like, oh man, I don't want to. I want the Jets to win, but I want more cushion in the lead. So it's like I had to root for the Patriots, but like I don't want to say the words out of my mouth. I want the Patriots to win. It's always so hard, being a Bills fan or a Dolphins fan. But
it's tough, bro. I was at the sports bar, man. I was trying to watch my Dolphins game, and to my left, I had like a Jets Patriots table watching and rooting for that game, and I was like, simmer, please.
Yeah, that's right. I mean, hey, we got to make those tough decisions. We got to pick again. We got to pick them sometimes. So, we both got the Eagles, both got the Pats, and like you said, Sam Ehlinger is a quarterback now. It was the right move for the Colts to do because Matt Ryan's he's slow. He's not going to win. You guys aren't going to win the Super Bowl this year. You might as well see what you got in the kid, see how the offense runs with him. And then you still got Matt Ryan for the next 2 years to help the kid because he's smart. He was a great quarterback. He's just
give him a clipboard.
Yeah. He's just not Matty Ice anymore. He's just Matty Trash. So we got to let the young guy go and then see how it works. But I mean, this game right here, I thought about making this my upset game, Packers Lions, but I mean that Packers defense is pretty good, and the Lions do got a top 5 offensive line, but I don't know, man. I just don't think Jared Goff's going to be able to get the job done against the secondary. So I think the Packers are going to snap their 4-game losing streak. Is it 4 games now, right? Yeah, 4-game losing streak.
That's a
So
big skid.
Giants, Jets, Commanders, Bills. Yeah, so I think they break. I mean, I love the Lions, man. You know that. I'm like a closet Lions supporter just because, like, my football team in high school was always that team that lost all the time. So like I got that little love for the Lions.
You identify with them, bro.
What's that?
You identify with them Lions.
Oh yeah. So, but I gotta go with the Packers here. I mean, they seemed like that was the best game of the year they played against the Bills. So I want to say maybe that they're starting to feel like they can turn the page. I don't think it's enough time to make a playoff, to make a run to make the playoffs, because the NFC wild card is just like so far away. Like the 6-2 Giants and the 6-2 Cowboys are the wild card. Yeah. So I really don't see the Packers making any ground up, but I think they break the skid, or they break the losing streak.
No, yeah. It's I would, if the Packers weren't down this badly, like if they weren't losing this many games in a row, I would have also agreed this. It seems like a spot where the Lions can maybe sneak by a win. But Aaron Rodgers has to wake up at one point and realize this can't continue on, and it's not going to keep sliding with the Detroit Lions. Dude, that's got to be a Pack win, man. They need that win almost. Like, I hate to say must win for the Green Bay Packers against the Detroit Lions, but they kind of have to, bro. Like,
could you imagine then 5 in a row? If they lose 5 in a row, dude, 3-6, like they haven't lost more. They haven't lost more than 4 games under the floor. So it's like,
so I'm saying
they already lost 5. So it's like, can you imagine 3-6, 5-game losing streak? Like, oh my gosh, dude.
Talk about nightmares. And yes, they're banged up on the offensive side. Like, they're still figuring out receivers occasionally. But like, come on, man. Like, it's supposed to be Aaron Rodgers and the boys. Like,
that's right. 2-time in a row MVP, 4-time total MVP.
Still got Aaron Jones, still got AJ Dillon. Like,
yeah, I mean, you got to be able to get your guys involved, and see the thing with about Rodgers, like people are iffy about like, oh, how did he handle the situation with his players? Like, I get it, you got to be a tough teammate, but don't just go air out your dirty laundry saying like, yeah, I mean, you're missing plays, you got to be benched. You should be benched if that's how it works, because I've seen plenty of throws where it was your fault, not the receiver's fault. So let's take some self-accountability. And like, you know how it is, a quarterback. So it's like when I was taught to be a leader, when I was in the military, they basically say everything is, if it's something good happens, it's because of your guys. If your guys screw up, it's your fault. You take accountability for all that stuff. And if you do something that makes them look good, they get the credit for it. So you give them the flowers. So like when Zach Wilson goes on his interview and says, "Oh, I don't shoulder the loss," blah blah blah, whatever. That's not what a quarterback's supposed to do. He's supposed to go up there and say, "It starts with me. I got to do this. I got to do that," even if it's not his fault. Exactly. So that game that Waddle fumbled against the Vikings, Teddy Bridgewater could have been like, I should have given him a better position, or I should have did this. Like, you don't go out there and say, "Oh, my receiver's fault. They got to be benched now." So Rodgers he doesn't go about it the right way, and he's not playing Aaron Rodgers football. And once accountability is shared on all across the team, I think they might start getting it together. I think they got to start getting pissed, like getting smacked week in and week out. It's got to end somewhere.
No, something's got to change, and like I agree. Like, I used to really like Rodgers, and somewhere along the line, it just started picking up worse and worse. Like, I just don't like his attitude, his personality. He's still a beyond talented player, but not my cup of tea at all, Mr. Rodgers. Definitely not my kind of leader. No.
Nope, he's not a team player. This guy, hey, Colin, I really appreciate it, bro. I mean, I know sometimes in comments, we all battle, but I'm down to earth. I love football, and I'm always going to keep it real. So I really appreciate you tuning in.
Yeah, man. Check him out, Red, White, and Bills, bro. If you're going to ever subscribe to a Bills fans as a Dolphins fan, it's got to be him, bro. It's got
means the world. Yeah, go like and sub to the channels. People viewing, share it out. Facebook. I know the game's going on, but honestly, wouldn't you rather watch these two bros talk about football than watch the Texans and the Eagles?
I'm saying, bro, you know what's gonna happen with this game. The Eagles are gonna win, and that's it. Bada bing, bada bam. Like we
Yeah,
already predicted it.
I think it'll be close, and then the Texans will screw up somewhere in the fourth quarter, and then it'll get to 2 scores. But I mean, hey, we'll see what happens. Anything can happen. But this game right here next, Chargers versus Falcons, they got Keenan Allen back. The Chargers are a team, starting preseason. Damn, on paper, this defense is like 2000 Ravens. They spent all this money. They got Khalil Mack. They got J.C. Jackson. Jackson's out for the year. But then you're like, oh, Justin Herbert's a beast. They got great offense. Justin Herbert gets a rib injury. So, he's definitely not 100% healthy this year. Keenan Allen's hurt. Mike Williams can't step up as a wide receiver 1. I got him in fantasy, so I'm just pissed off every day. And, Keenan Allen's coming back, though. So the Falcons are first place at 4-4.
Wow.
They're coming off a crazy, and I want to say, possibly lucky win against the Panthers. PJ Walker had like the best throw in the history of the NFL to take the lead, possibly. DJ Moore with a dumb move, pulling his helmet off. When you know you can't take your helmet off on the field while it's playing, while you guys are playing. Backs up your kicker to a 30-yard field goal. Again, he should make it.
Should have made it, bro.
But still, you shouldn't have put them in the position to be backed up. He missed, and then the Falcons came out on top. But I think the Chargers
– missed 2 kicks, bro.
I know. That's sad. I think the Chargers are going to come out on top, though. They've been slightly disappointing. Not, obviously I'm not a Chargers fan, but as far as what people's expectations were for the Chargers, it's been very disappointing. But I think we're getting Keenan Allen back, and Mike Williams can be the number 2 again. Austin Eckler is just an absolute stud. And I think they're going to bounce back, be 5-3. And then we'll see what happens with the Chargers in the playoff run.
No, I mean it's pretty wild. Yeah, I mean I was about to say I think it's wild calling that the Falcons are first with 4-4. Like who would have thunk it? Who would have seen this coming? With Marcus Mariota in that division and the division where there is Tom Brady, where the Saints are still looking to figure it out, and it's not happening. Nowhere near. The fact that the Falcons are 4-4, like I almost want to say that the Chargers are going to slip to 4-4, but that Keenan Allen addition should fix up whatever issues they've been having on offense. I'm not really giving Herbert too much slack for the rib injury, for the other injuries to his weapons and whatnot, because he's supposed to be an MVP or whatever. But like, I do think that once he gets back all his weapons, like Herbert's gonna ball. Like he's shown that he can do it. He's got the talent level for it.
Yep.
Keenan Allen, Mike Williams, like again, Mike Williams. It's clear to see that maybe they might have overpaid it because he can't be a wide receiver 1, but as a wide receiver 2, the guy's phenomenal.
Yeah.
So you got Keenan, you get Mike Williams, Austin Eckler, have Herbert whip that around. I think this is a game where the Falcons, after being this stunning, this is a game where it's like, you're supposed to drop this game. Like 4-5 for the Falcons is not the end of the world. It's still admirable for them, bro.
Dude, they'll still be in first place no matter what.
Like, I think there's like a part of me wants to say that they're going to win this game, but like it's just not going to happen. Like,
and to Colin's point, the funniest part was the Panthers were 2-5, and that game was for first place. So so they were 3-4 and 2-5. If the Panthers won, they would have been in first place at 3-5. So that's pretty insane. But
it's in Atlanta though. Ooh. Chargers are only -3.5. That's actually wild.
Yeah, I mean that's crazy. But I don't know. Like you said, great take. Getting Keenan Allen back, that's just massive, and you could tell it's really affected the offense. So the Chargers will bounce back. Are we the same pick so far? Yeah.
Yeah, so far we're even, Steven, man. Our record would not be changing so far.
Yeah, I'm writing them down, so you don't got to worry about it. And then
you're awesome because I forgot once again. So
hey, don't worry about it. We'll have the tracker here, and then it'll be good to go. And here we go. Bills versus Jets. This spread's like 12 right now, so it's like 15 basically because the home team gets 3. I thought that was a little
smack the Jets.
I was surprised because I thought they'd give the Jets a little bit more credit, but hey, I think the Jets are they're a lot better than I thought they would be this year. They got a great defense. They had a great running back, and I love Michael Carter. He's a beast, and James Robinson's a beast too. But you lose AVT also, and he's probably the best lineman. probably you could even argue in the AFC in general. He's just a tank.
Like a monster. Yeah.
Yeah. I the fact that he can be elite at tackle and guard when some people struggle to even play one position, that's just I'm a lineman guy. So I mean, I love AVT, and it really hurt. You could tell that. And I said the same. Jets fans were killing me for it. I said the same thing about Giants fans though. In 2022, you don't win unless you're the 49ers. You don't win. You don't get you don't get far in the playoffs by defense and running the ball. You got to rely on your quarterback, because playoff teams will be able to stop. If you're just a run team, they'll be able to stop you. Again, minus the 49ers, because they're kind of like that outlier where they could throw the ball 15 times and still make it to the NFC Championship. But I mean, mainly now in today's day and age, you got to be able to pass. You got to be able to trust your quarterback, right?
Makes sense.
So I said, you're going to have to rely on Zach Wilson to win you some games, right? And they're like, oh, he beat Pittsburgh. Okay, he beat Pittsburgh. All right, I'll give you that. Now when you got a chance to beat New England, he threw 41 times and 3 picks. The times they won on their win streak, Zach, minus the Pittsburgh game, the last 3 wins, Zach had 0 touchdowns, 0 turnovers, and they ran the ball 20, 35 times. So that's their key to success for them winning, is running and playing defense. However, Zach proved again that he's not the guy that they can rely on right now. And I highly doubt that they're going to go the Buffalo Bills are going to come to New Jersey and they're going to try the same game plan they did against the Patriots, because they know Zach Wilson's not going to be able to throw on Buffalo. And their only hope is to run the ball efficiently and have the defense make a play. And again, it's the Buffalo Bills. I'm confident in the Buffalo Bills against any team. I, for one, hope for a solid tie. Hey, man, I don't want
a tie.
I don't ever want to experience a tie in my fandom. I mean, I would just hate that. That'd be the worst thing ever in history.
Sean, that'd be so brutal for you.
Dude, that Jags game last year, I thought I was getting in a tie, and I was just like, you know what? Honestly, I'd rather lose than tie.
No.
But I don't know, bro. Hey, Bob Young.
That's tough. I get you though. In the moment, that's definitely me. I'd rather just lose. I don't want to tie.
Yeah, it looks so like you tie
ugly, and it follows me for the rest of the season. Like at least the loss gets smudged in the column with everyone else.
Oh yeah,
a tie, I'll remember that forever.
Because it could be your detriment, or it could save you. But,
yeah, that's what I'm saying. But it's going to be remembered as a tie for the rest of the time.
Exactly. But with that all being said, I think we'll cover the spread for sure. But at the same time, if it's closer, I wouldn't be surprised. And again, I mean, division games are always tough. So I have confidence that we can cover the spread. But is there a possibility that the game could be close? Of course. But if I'm a betting man, I'm betting for the Buffalo Bills to cover the spread, or to beat the spread, get more than 12 points.
I think you guys will win for sure, but minus 12 is a tall task. Like I don't.
Yeah.
In no world will I ever bet on the Jets. I've actually used to have a solid strategy. It was just bet against the Jets. And you're good to go. I used to have a buddy who would bet on the Patriots to go 16-0 every season. He would just bet them spread every single week. And then he just bet the money line every week, just throw $100, $100. And then he throw $100 on the Jets losing every single week to go 0-16. He'd come out pretty decent for a while. And then, Patriots started falling off and the Jets have started improving. So you can't really do that anymore. But there's no way the Jets win this game. It's just not happening. That was my 12 points is a lot of points, bro. This is still, I don't like double digit spreads. It's still these are still NFL teams. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, you're right about that. I mean, for the most part, we've covered those, significantly, but
that's kind of crazy.
The Packers game was 10.5. We got 10, and Josh threw a pick at the 1, and I was like, you son of a gun, man. I was like, yeah. But the good thing about that game was he played his worst game of the year. We still won by 10, and we put 27 points up. So I was like, if that's the worst case scenario, I mean, everybody's entitled to bad games. Tua, Pat Mahomes, Allen, Herbert, everybody's going to have a bad game or maybe 2 or 3. So if that's the worst game that he's going to have all season and we won by 10, I'll take that. Of course, the second half, bro, this was me the first half. Punching the air, screaming, pumping my chest. The second half, I was like this. The whole entire time, my wife's like, you're winning 24-10. I'm like, yeah, but I was like, never mind, you don't get it. I was like, I'm just sitting there like this. But hey, man, I mean, I'll be very, 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 very pleased to be 7-1 because it would be the first time since 1974.
Thankfully, one team got you guys that loss. No undefeated teams out here, baby.
Oh, I know. Oh man, I can't wait till December. We should go to that game. That'd be sick.
Dude, I think I was talking about it last week. I think I might be going up to the game on the 18th, man.
Hey, if you do, like, seriously, let me know. Like, I might actually have to, and then we should, like, because I've been wanting. I didn't go to a game yet this year, and I want to, but I was like, my friends don't want to go in the winter. Like the guys I went with before, they're like, yeah, I'm not going to Buffalo in December. So I mean, if you want to, and you're for sure going to go, let me know in advance, and we could try to get tickets close together, and then we'll friggin' party and tailgate, and then.
Dude, I'm saying, man, like it'd be a fun time, bro. I've not gone ever to a Dolphins away game, and none of my buddies are trying to go either. But I was talking to a Dolphins fan who lives in Buffalo. Adam, if you watch this clip, you're a legend. But hey, he was saying that he had an extra ticket. I was like, oh, I might have to go purchase that. It's gonna be a fun time. Bro. I'd definitely be down at tailgate, and we can freaking talk a little healthy smack talk, my guy, before that game. But it'd be a fun time, bro.
Oh yeah, that'd be solid, bro.
It'd be a little scary to go to Buffalo, But,
hey, no, I mean, for the most part, from what I know, we're all cool. But I mean, I'm sure.
Oh, I meant like game performance wise, like huge letdown spot. You know what I'm saying? Like
people will be saying, I wouldn't let that happen.
No, dude. First of all, like I think this goes to all NFL fan bases, bro. Like I'm from Peru, man. Like I've gone to soccer games in Peru. Like I've watched SWAT teams divide fans and determine who gets to leave first, and literally put up mid-game, put up fences and say like, no, this is getting too wild. Like they take away props because they like that can be used as a weapon. Like there's no such thing as super fans in Peru because like if you bring something in the stadium, it's getting taken away. Like
that's crazy. My wife's from Brazil, so I mean,
in Brazil it's just as bad, bro. Like the teams
coming up.
Like you think what the Eagles do when they won the Super Bowl, like that's every single weekend when a team wins in South America, So when I don't think any fans go overboard. I don't think anyone's too hard. Like it's football, bro. At the end of the day, if you're allowed to sit next to each other, that in itself shows how advanced we are as a sports country. You know what I'm saying? Like nowhere else in the world do rival fans sit next to each other. That's wild to me still, bro.
Football's all love.
You know what I'm saying? Like we could tailgate, Sean, and we could have a good time. You know what I'm saying? Like that. Like if I were to do that in Brazil, and I were to come back to my fan base, I'd probably get jumped. They'd be like, oh, you had a fun time with Sean, huh? Smacking around, bro.
I could only imagine, bro. But hey, to make you fit in even more, you could wear your Dolphins jersey and like a Syracuse hat, and they'll be like, oh, okay.
Oh, so I'm saying I can put a little cover on, a little protection.
Yeah, there you go. You got to blend in a little bit.
That's what I'm saying. I'll get my Syracuse beanie back on. I'll be like, oh no.
Hey, it's still Dolphins colors, I think. Syracuse.
That's what I'm saying. It's still one of the big draws to me, bro. That orange is always a vibe.
I love orange. But Vikings Commanders, 6-1 Vikings, 4-4 Commanders. Commanders are on a quiet 3-game win streak with Taylor Heineke at the helm, and I have heard, I don't know if it's true, but people have been talking. If the Vikings and the Bills both win, there's a possibility that the Vikings-Bills game could get flexed to Sunday Night Football. Ooh. And again, I didn't hear it from a valid source, so I just saw it in the comment. I'm like, you know what? That'd be sick. But I think even regardless, it's going to be a cool matchup. I mean, 7-1 possibly, but Vikings-Commanders. Vikings they stole essentially TJ Hawkinson because not only did you get him, but you got 2 4th-round picks with him. So like I was like, what the frig?
They sent like a 2nd and a 4th, got 2 4ths back or some cheese like that.
Yeah. So they traded him for a 2nd and a 4th, no 2nd and 3rd, and the Vikings got 2 4th-round picks. I think 1 this year and 1 next year, and then TJ Hawkinson. I was like, wait, you didn't even. Why would you do that? You didn't win the trade. You lost the trade. Like 400%.
Yeah, he's like one of the best young tight ends in the NFL. And like we saw that massive ceiling game when they finally decided to feed him. He had like 170 yards, like 2 touchdowns. He's a monster. He's almost like one of the last few like true complete tight ends. Like he can pass block, he can catch. He's an all-around guy, and he's athletic still. Like I don't understand why they moved on from him. I like Hawk, man. I think
Dude.
the Vikings have a crazy offense now, though. Like it's absolutely wild. They're like, we lost Irv Smith. Let's get TJ Hawkinson.
Oh my god!
What?
I saw that trade. I was working. I was just like, "Are you freaking kidding me, dude?" Like they stole him, dude. Like you got two 4th round picks, and you got a top 5 tight end. You couldn't have made out better. You got Jetta, you got Thielen, you got Dalvin Cook, and now you got Hawkinson. Who's gonna damn, dude?
I almost rated as like it was like a 2nd rounder for TJ Hawkinson, because those 2 fourths kind of add up to a 3rd rounder depending on what you look at it. Like it's really nothing that crazy, bro. Like that's such a wild trade.
I couldn't even believe it, man. I was just like, wow, it was a beautiful trade for the Vikings.
Oh yeah, I think they're gonna smack the Commanders, man. Like we're still agreeing almost on every pick so far, but like it's been I don't think there's been a lot of like none of the games have been really close so far that we've called. So
no, 6 for the same so far.
And I know that. I meant also like they're pretty clear favorites. Like in no world was I going to choose the Jets to beat the Bills. You know what I'm saying? Like
no, definitely. It seems like they're all one sided. And this, well, a game after this one's going to be funny, but it's going to be hard to pick an upset. Honestly, looking at this, oh man, I don't know. Did you figure out your upset before we went on? I didn't, so I was like,
yeah, I thought it would just come a little bit more naturally to me, but I didn't realize how one-sided all these games truly are. You know, seriously, I think I have an upset if it's defined as one later on.
Yeah, we might be able to have to, you know,
I might have to just like a spread underdog, not like a true underdog.
Yeah, but this one, Bengals, Panthers. Now the Bengals, man, you know, the two teams in the Super Bowl, they're not looking like Super Bowl teams, and Jamar Chase is out, so I mean, injuries do matter. Some people, you know, I don't know what it's so crazy because some people say no excuses, right? And then some people say injuries matter, but both. I feel like both could be true because you know if you're missing key guys, it's huge, and you know it is next man up mentality, but you have to put into account. Like, so when I went on TD's show, when we played you guys week 3, I said, there's no, even with injuries, this was before we got even more injuries in the game. I said, we should still win regardless of who's injured because we have the Super Bowl mindset, right? And I didn't go on my shows and was like, oh, we should have won. You know, you guys won. You guys beat us that day. You know, it didn't matter how many yards Josh
That's why you're cool, bro.
You guys beat us, and you know it stinks because I was like, you guys beat us 20 games in a row in the 80s and 90s or 70s and 80s. And I was like, we got a 7-game win streak. It'd be nice to match that, you know, little rivalry going. It didn't work out, but I mean, obviously you guys felt the injury bug after that game, and you understand, like, damn, dude, like it's amazing how 1 or 2 guys being gone can change a game, and it sucks because it's hard to go the whole season with being fully healthy. You know what I mean? So it's just like you don't want to think about injuries, but that's why depth is so important. But I mean, the Bengals, man, their offense, they spent so much money on the O-line. They got them a little bit better, but they've been pretty bad all around, you know, this year. And I don't know how I feel about them. I mean, they're definitely not winning the division, in my opinion. They're definitely not winning the division, but I think they'll beat the Panthers.
No, yeah. I mean,
you know what? That technically could be an upset because the Panthers are 2-6. You know what? Forget. I'm going with the Panthers.
I was gonna go with the Panthers, brother, but you take that upset, man.
No, you can take them too if you want.
No, I'm still taking them. I didn't realize that would have been the upset game. You know what I'm saying? I think the Bengals look bad right now. I think we're gonna really see that Jamar Chase is truly an important piece for that team. I'm not saying that Joe Burrow's bad without him. You know, he's still making some nice throws to T. Higgins, but it definitely disrupts that entire offense. You know, you lose your wide receiver one, that affects any team. And I agree, you know, it's unfair to say one or the other. Like, I think that it's both, you know, injuries are not how does the phrasing go? Like, it's next man up mentality.
Yeah.
Injuries are not an excuse, but at the same time, like they do matter. They do affect the game.
Yeah.
Like you
So-
got to understand that, like you can't sit here and be like, "Whoa, well, injuries happen, blah blah blah," and just like whine about it. But like if you sit here and think that it doesn't impact the game, you're also a fool. Like
Right. So
it's
say for example, God forbid, we play you guys next time and Tua, Hill, Waddle, Gasecki, everybody's out, right? And we win. I'm going to say, yeah, we won, but they were missing their entire team. You know what I mean? So it's like, yeah, it's cool to win, but then I'm like, well, the Dolphins didn't have all their stars, so or any team for like so.
yeah, like
So it's like,
I think
you're happy with the win,
I'm
but
happy.
then
Like,
you got to acknowledge, like, yeah, if the Dolphins had all their players,
oh, for sure, bro. Like I'm happy we beat the Bills, but to think that it's like monkey off our back, we're gonna be able to beat the Bills 20 times in a row now, like it's over. No, like that's foolish. Like you have to understand that it wasn't a full strength Bills, a full strength defense, and I would love to see the Dolphins do it in December, and then I can get all hype and crazy
Oh,
over
yeah,
board because then it's sample size of 2 games in a season, 2 different points, 2 different weathers, different like scenarios, all this other factors that then makes it more relevant. But until then, to go one statement or the other statement fully all the way is just foolish. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and
For any team in the NFL, honestly,
right.
like,
and every fan base will have their fans that will just say, "Oh, take the L, stop crying, it don't matter." And it's like, okay, that's fine, that's fine. I mean, what are you gonna do? You people, you could fan. I'm a big believer, and you could fan however you want to fan.
exactly.
So, but man, this next game, bro, I don't even know if you want to call it a game. The Raiders versus the Jags. So I'll let you go first on this one, but I mean, is this a doo-doo game of the week? Is that another segment? Doo-doo game of the week?
Doo-doo game of the week.
I think it's definitely this one.
I saw a stat that said Trevor Lawrence has had like the worst record over the first 25 games for any number 1 overall pick quarterback in the common draft era.
Damn.
He's terrible. I think he's like 9 for 16 or something. And that sounds almost a little high if he's supposed to be the worst record. It's not looking pretty for him, man. Like they paid to have all these weapons and all these tools around him. It looked like he was going to start off hot, and then he's really teetered off pretty fast. The Raiders at some point, I think, do have to wake up and open it up. Josh Jacobs has been running too well. I think they win this game. It is a doo-doo game of the week, but if the Jaguars couldn't beat the Broncos, no dice. I saw he didn't practice today, cap for life, so he's questionable in fantasy, but he got taken down to 0 points, so that's not a good sign for me.
Oh God, yeah. I was gonna say, for the sake of my fantasy roster, so in one of my leagues, I was 2-5, right?
They said they're going to be cautious with him. He was off the field again today, second day in a row.
In fantasy, you got to sidebar quick. In fantasy, sometimes you got to make trades, right? I was 2-5 in one of my leagues. I'm pretty good in the rest of them. I'm in the playoffs in the rest of them so far. And I was like, you know what? I'm going to try to get for Jonathan Taylor. So stupidly, I traded ATN and Higgins for Jonathan Taylor. I was like, you know what? I'm 2-5. If it don't work out, it don't work out. I was 2-5 with these guys anyway. So I traded for Jonathan Taylor. Now I smoked the team I played last week. So I was like 3-5. Okay, all right. But now Jonathan Taylor's out again. So, or possibly out. So I'm like, can't win them all. That's why I did 4 money leagues. You can't win them all.
I actually love to ask you about that since you're a Bills fan, bro.
Sure.
Zach Moss got traded in that deal as well. As of right now, you guys got Neiman Himes. So that the Bills, the Colts backup running back is looking like it's Deion Jackson.
Yeah.
Or do you think Zach Moss could actually overtake that role?
I don't know. It's just because I don't know with Moss and the Colts playbook right away.
Talent wise, like what do you think of Moss? Like I don't really know his game at all. Like
so, I wish nothing but the best for Moss, but for the Buffalo Bills,
not a good start.
he didn't. Yeah, he didn't fit. He didn't fit with our team, man. Like he's supposed to be a power back, but when he had opportunities, he was. It was like, where was that power?
But
I think he can have success in this league, just not with the Buffalo Bills. It just didn't fit with us. Our schemes. It just
did he catch the ball?
Somewhat. He's not like Singletary or Hines, but he had made some good catches for us. So I mean, he just wasn't
not like Hines. That's
right.
What
No, he's not like Hines. But I think I think he'll get some playing time, and especially if Taylor's going to be out for every other week, then I think possibly. Oh yeah, there you go. That means probably Taylor's going to be out, unfortunately.
And then probably Deion Jackson's looking like the guy to rock.
Hey, you know what? I'm going to check the waiver wire, see if he's available.
I know Deion's taken. That's why I was thinking maybe I can get cheeky with it and get Zach Moss, stash him as a Jonathan Taylor owner who had Hines, but now I don't. And now someone else owns Deion Jackson. Well, I still have Hines. He's just not useful for me as for Jonathan Taylor. And so I wanted to see if maybe I could be cheeky, get Zach Moss, and hope he has like a role. But if he doesn't even catch the ball like Hines, I just don't think it's gonna.
Yeah. Well, here's the thing. Also, I mean, like Moss might get more opportunity in Indianapolis, like more workload. I mean, because like when he played with us, it was very, very minimal. So
yeah, they do like to run the ball more in Indy.
So it might be a good fantasy pickup for the back end of your bench, just in case if you want to keep him for like a week and see what his workload was like in this week. And then if Taylor doesn't come back next week, then you're like, okay, Moss might get at least this much next week. And then you're like, oh, I'm going to drop him or keep him. If you have the ability, if you have enough, like if you have someone on your bench that's trash or someone that went to IR that you can just drop and then pick up again. But yeah, I mean, I hope for the best for him. It's just it didn't work out in Buffalo, unfortunately. He was a 3rd-round pick, so it really stings. But I mean, I like Hines. Jackson. I like Hines a lot. And at first, I didn't like the pick because I was like, we need a tackle or a guard, man. We need wide receiver depth. Like our running back is like, we got Josh Allen. We pass 90% of the time. Getting a backup running back. I mean, Hines is great, but like he's a backup technically. So getting a backup running back wasn't my number one goal, but he's a great returner. He's dynamic. We haven't had speed. He runs a 4.3. We never had speed like that before. So I'm excited to bring him into the offense, as a receiving back, and he can line up in the slot too. But would you guys pick up Jeff Wilson? That's something for you guys to answer because I don't know what you guys plan on using him with because, I mean, Mostert seems to be taking the RB1 role for you guys, but Jeff Wilson from the 49ers,
in fantasy, I would definitely pick him up, man. Like it's definitely a plug and play option right there. Like if we were talking about how Zach Moss might have to learn the playbook, there's no issue with that for Jeff.
Hell no. Yeah.
So for fantasy, especially because as much as I like Raheem Mostert, I still don't know how he's going to handle the whole season as an RB1. Like I love him. I think he's got the talent for him, but I still think it's in his best interest to allow a guy like Jeff Wilson to sprinkle in a little bit more, which is the only reason why we kept insisting on running with Chase Edmonds despite him just failing. So if Jeff Wilson get a little bit in there, he can catch too. Like there could be a nice role for Jeff Wilson. I'd pick him up.
Yeah, I think that's solid. You got the Jags or the Raiders, man, in the Doodoo Bowl.
In the Doodoo Bowl, I got the Raiders, bro. I think they've got to actually put it up this week. Sorry.
So I will say about the Jags though before we move on from the Doodoo game of the week. I think Lawrence has improved this year, but where he is killing himself, they're on a 5-game losing streak, right? I think at least 3 of those games, he had the ball in his hand the last drive of the game, right? And I think almost every single one of those drives ended in a pick. One of them against the Giants, I forgot the receiver, but the receiver caught it at the 1 and got stopped with no time left. So it's like he's gotten a little bit better, but where he's really like making himself look like a bust is when it comes to the balls in your hand, last drive of the game, you got to win the game for your team. He hasn't won one. So
dang,
I think now. Oh, we just forgot to talk about it. They got Calvin Ridley next year. So I mean, yeah, it's not this year, but maybe next year they're going to turn that page. They got a great defense. They got Josh Allen 2.0 over there. And the
real Josh Allen.
Yeah. Please stand up. But yeah, man, I mean, Christian Kirk, the most overpaid receiver in NFL history, isn't too bad, but he's not a wide receiver 1. But you put Calvin Ridley there, Christian Kirk, Evan Ingram, Travis Etienne. They got a pretty solid squad, man. They got a pretty good offensive line too, because they've been drafting low. So they got a pretty good offensive line. And I mean, maybe next year they'll be good.
Yeah,
but
man.
They've had opportunities this year to be a winning record team, and they failed every opportunity they've had. So if Lawrence can pick that up, he won't be a bust, but
I think next year
he's on the bust trajectory for sure, and that's a good call, Nando. And now we're getting into your boys, Finns versus Bears, and of course I'm going to let you take it first. And I know who you're going to pick already, so I'm going to write it down.
Miami Dolphins are going to go and kick some Chicago Bear butt, man. I mean, the Bears, I was a little worried, and then they traded Roquan Smith, and I just think they traded Robert Quinn, then they traded Roquan Smith. They're clearly punting a tad, trying to recover some picks and see if they can build for Justin Fields in the future. They did trade for Chase Claypool, but I don't think he's going to get too much work in this game. Like, I'm not worried about Chicago Bears, like, at all. It's something that I actually think the Lions have a better team than the Chicago Bears do, despite their record.
Now, yeah. Especially now.
It's just the records are a little deceiving there. So I kept saying, if we beat the Lions, I think we'll beat the Bears, no question. But besides Khalil Herbert and David Montgomery, I'm a little scared of them. Not too worried, man. We just got Bradley Chubb. The Dolphins are going to win.
Yeah, man, that's crazy.
It's gonna be a nice time, bro. It's gonna be a nice time to hopefully see the new toys in action, man. That's what I want to see.
It's all about the new toys, baby. That's what I'm talking about.
All about the new toys, bro.
But hey, I mean, obviously I got the Finns too, but the Bears have been surprising me the last couple of weeks. Like
they have, bro. Like that's what I'm saying. Like they were scary, and then they traded away Roquan. I was like, oh, I'm not gonna take. I was starting to take you guys seriously. You guys had me going for a second.
You know what? They really pissed me off too because I'm like, now you're giving to the friggin' Ravens, dude. Like, as if the AFC wasn't stacked already enough. Now the Ravens secondary is getting healthy. They're getting a Ajabo back this week. And now you put the best linebacker in the NFL on the team. And they got a great defensive line. Like, what the frig, dude? Like, oh, man, dude. I was like, I saw that. I'm like, even before that, I was like, the Ravens are the team that I don't want to – not that I don't think we can beat them, but they're just that team that when it gets playoff time – I don't want to play them because they were getting all their guys back. They were getting more healthy. And I was like, I do not want to be in the way of that team. Not that, again, I think we're going to win the Super Bowl, but they're just a team that I think could give people fits in the playoffs. And now when you give a guy like Roquan Smith, who's got like 7,000 tackles in 5 games, damn. Damn, dude. But yeah, I got
insane, man.
I got the Finns winning for sure, though. And, but yeah, the Bears offense, I mean, their defense is going to be Swiss cheese, so you guys are going to just destroy them. But the Bears might put up some points, though. I mean, I'm surprised they put up 30 on Dallas, which Dallas is a top defense. And, like, the Bears, they put up, like, 50 against New England. They put up 30 against Dallas. I'm like, damn.
Herbert and Montgomery, man. They can get open for a couple biggie runs and then, really put them in nice positions, man.
I think it'll be not the same game as the Finns Lions, but I think the Finns will obviously win, but I think the Bears will score points still, but it won't be as close. But it'll be like, I don't know, 35-24. But the Bears will still put up some points. Well, for the Bears, it'll be points. But, I mean, yeah, I think Claypool's a good pick for them. Obviously not going to this week. He won't be contributing that much. But Darnell Mooney needed some help there, man. Like, that receiving room was just so – it was sad, honestly. Like, I felt bad watching these guys. I'm like, the leading receiver has 10 catches. Like, like, damn, dude. Like, what are you doing over there, bro?
It was tough, man. Like, they could just blanket the other team. Could just blanket freaking Darnell Mooney, like, and they would have no one to throw to. Like, Cole Kmet was out there just doing nothing. I thought he would finally get activated in year 3, and he's still doing nothing.
He's just existing.
Yeah, he might as well still be at Notre Dame, honestly. Like, he I haven't seen him.
I don't want to talk about Notre Dame. Don't mention that ever again.
I know.
Rigged, dude. Hey, I think we're still ranked though, right?
Yeah, dude.
So I think they took into account Shrades missed the last half, so I think they were like, well, they could have caught up if they had their starter in, so we're not going to drop them too far in the power rank in the rankings.
I had to wear my Coach K funeral hoodie just to feel a little better, bro. I had to cheer myself up, man. This is after they lost to UNC the second game in a row. Just a little. It is UNC apparel, so it kind of does suck, but at the same time, it's an opportunity to see Coach K getting thrown into a grave. So, I'll always take that.
You got small victories, man.
Small victories, bro. Like, it is. And I didn't fully think it through when I got it, but then hey, it still plays, bro. I have a cousin. She goes to Duke, so when she came to visit, I was like, "Hello, what's up?
How are you?" Look at my friggin' sweatshirt.
Duck Fuke.
Yeah, that's right. Hey, Seahawks Cards, man. Seahawks, I mean, I'm not going to lie. I watched Geno Smith throw some of the best footballs I've ever seen in my entire life the other day. And I was just and Metcalf was dropping them. But I was still
Weird.
like, I still sat there like, damn. That was wow. I was speechless, but they're really surprising me, man. Like, I don't think they're fraudulent. I think the Seahawks team is what they are.
Coach K's a beast. I mean, Coach Carroll.
Yeah, I think they're a pretty solid football team. But the Cards do got D-Hop back. But again, but squared, the new Call of Duty came out. So Kyler Murray has been pretty bad after 1 week of the new Call of Duty being out. So knowing his lifestyle and being a gamer, I think he's going to be spending too much time on COD this week instead of watching film. So give me the Seahawks, the 6-3 after they win Seahawks over the Cards. And I don't really like the Cards either. I'm going to say that too.
Yeah, I was cap for life. You stole the words right out of my mouth, man. Kenneth Walker time, bro. Like he's a freaking monster. Like it's not only that Geno Smith has been balling and that Pete Carroll's making him look good. You know, I'm a big anti-Russ guy, so the fact that my guy Geno Smith is balling just makes Russ look even worse for wanting to leave that team. It was definitely weird that they have receivers who were dropping. But when you got Kenneth Walker starting to activate, that's why you drafted the rookie. You wanted that nice, fresh life into the running game. And they need it. They haven't had that really since Rashad Penny going down. And now it's coming back. And that fieriness, that hard physical running style is going to help that team only do better. I'm taking them over the Cardinals. I'm not a big Kyler Murray guy. So let's rock with it. Sean, I think we're going pretty similar, even Steven, this week.
Yeah, the only thing we did differently was the Raiders and the Jags game. So far. And this game I'm struggling with. I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm gonna let you go first, but Rams versus the Bucks. The Bucks are coming off a bye. I mean, they've looked like hot doo-doo the last few weeks. You know, I feel for Tom Brady. He's going. I mean, it's self-inflicted from what we know with his marital issues. The divorce is finalized. They had a bye. He could decompress. The team could decompress. I don't know. Let's see what you got.
So, sucks for you, Tom Brady, but you're not going to get a little victory win to ease your pain. Some more L's, some more pains coming from Tom Brady's way, man. Like, it's the Rams at some point. Yes, we talked about it. Both Super Bowl teams have not been doing so hot this season, but I want the Rams to, put it together. They still got Aaron Donald. They still got this tough defense. They're supposed to have this nice offense. They still got Sean McVay. And Kyren Williams might be getting activated off the PUP list. A little fifth-round rookie. Again, we're not talking about that school, okay? But Kyren Williams is a monster, bro. So if he can get out there, at the very least, get involved in the pass game, get a little something going for him, put some new spark into this offense and help them wake up and remember that they were the high-flying Rams just a year ago. I think Cooper Kupp's a little banged up, right?
I think he's good to go, but like a minute left in the game, he had an ankle issue, but I'm pretty sure. Are you checking it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Limited and return to practice today. He should be fine. If he's practicing, he's okay.
It was 21-17 Eagles. Now it's 29-17 in the fourth. So like I said, it was going to be close to the fourth, and then they pull away. I thought it'd be a good game, but hey, what do you know? You got 10 minutes left. We'll see.
We'll see. But yeah, no, I've got the Rams. They'll pull it up, especially if Kyren Williams comes back. I think it'll just be a nice little boost for them.
I like that. I'm gonna go with the Bucks though for a couple reasons. One, to switch to make it so we're not so even, and then number two, because I mean, the Rams, man, it's like you needed Von Miller and OBJ that much. Like, damn, they still can't beat the 49ers. Even without Debo?
Like 49ers are pretty solid squad though.
No, for sure, but they haven't beat the Niners in the regular season in like 9 games.
Yeah, that's like, pretty shocking, man.
Like even when the Niners were like hot garbage, they couldn't even beat them. Your thoughts on Dawson Knox this week for his breakout week? It's coming, Cap. I'm telling you. I mean, this guy, when he was a rookie, he had catching troubles. Like he would catch the hardest catches in the world, and then a wide open pass like this, he'll drop it. He fixed that in year 2, and I mean, this guy's a red zone machine. He can run people over. He's a first down machine. I would say I would put him on. I would start him in fantasy because although I'm not afraid of Sauce or DJ Reed or anybody on the Jets defense, I think that Dawson Knox will be a heavily used target this week. So I'll go ahead and start him on fantasy if you got him.
Yeah, that's pretty smart play, man. Like if they are playing the Jets, like I agree. Like I don't think Sauce is this, lost in the sauce, whatever, top elite corner, but he's good, especially for a rookie.
Man, they called him Revis already, and I'm like, I don't play that no more. Like
he's got a real test, bro. He's got Stephon Diggs coming out his way, like with the real quarterback. Because yes, he had Tyreek Hill, but with Teddy Bridgewater and Skylar Thompson, it's not the same thing. Yeah. Like it's like this is Josh Allen with Stephon Diggs. Let's see how Sauce does against this. But I do think that no matter what, they'll have their hands busy with Stephon and Gabe Davis. It'll let Dawson Knox feast this week.
Yeah, I like that move for sure.
Especially in the red zone.
Oh, yeah. You got to use him in the red zone. Him and Hines in the red zone this week. I just did a pregame show before this, and I was like, you got to get Hines, and you got to get Knox in the red zone.
Yeah, man. That's why I'm probably not picking up Zach Moss in my league because I could only really cut Hines. But no way. I think he's gonna get some nice roll in Buffalo, man.
He should, and I hope so. That was another reason why I was kind of like upset because I was like, we underutilize people sometimes, and I hope that he's not one of them. But I think we'll be fine. But yeah, I'm gonna go with the Bucks too, just because the Rams I just can't do it with them. I don't even know what to say. Like they leave me speechless. I just can't believe how much of an impact OBJ and Von Miller had on this team. And, it's really showing. Cooper Kupp's elite, top 5 wide receiver. Aaron Donald, the best defensive player to ever play football. But damn, they added Bobby Wagner, and they're still, this defense is just getting torched every week. But not counting them out yet. But I look for the Bucks are home and coming off a bye. I mean, they got a chance for this division. So I think they're going to just come out here firing on all cylinders. Mike Evans, get him involved. Chris Godwin, Leonard Fournette, who I don't like. And
Lenny.
I don't like Lenny because when they played Dallas, Micah Parsons was engaged in a block with their left tackle, Smith. And then while he wasn't looking, Leonard Fournette hit him in the head with his shoulder and then acted like he beat him one-on-one. For one, that's illegal because he was engaged in a block. Like he wasn't even paying attention. So it's an illegal hit. And then he put like some music, he posted it himself and put like
come on.
Like boom, like, knock you out or some other, like some fucking crazy shit.
Yeah.
And then Micah Parsons, like, I guarantee you wouldn't do that one-on-one. And I mean, and he's right. He wouldn't. And ever since that, he did it again too against the Packers because I was at my friend's house watching the game. I said, he did it again. He's a scumbag. He did it again. Yeah. So I don't like Fournette, but you got to get him involved too. And I think they're all going to go off Sunday. And I think the Rams are going to take another L and be 3-5, but not be out of it. But they're taking the L here.
Down with playoff Lenny.
That's right.
Even more chance for me to root for the Rams.
That's right. Hey, Sunday Night Football. The Titans versus the Chiefs in Arrowhead. And this is interesting because, the Titans are a missed field goal away from being 6-1. So the week 1 against the Giants, Dayball had a good move going for 2. It worked out. And then the Titans kicker was going for a 40-yard field goal to win the game. He missed. And not only was I annoyed, I was even more mad because the same kicker made a 58-yard field goal against us last year and then missed that one. I was like, oh, really? Like, you have to do that now? And then we smoked them in week 2, so they were 0-2. And now they're 5-2. So quietly, they're 5-2. Yeah, they played the Texans twice, I think, and they played the Colts twice, the Texans and the Jags, I think. But I mean, hey, they're 5-2. Derrick Henry had 250 rushing yards last week, I think, or something crazy, over 200. He's finally getting into form. So, I mean, it's going to be a tough game, but I mean, I'm gonna. I don't even want to friggin' say the C word, but I'm gonna have to go with the people who I don't want to mention.
Oh, you. You know, I would love to go for the Titans here, but it's not happening. I think Ryan Tannehill's coming back, but even then, as hot as Derrick Henry has been, it's not happening. You know, I'll have to say the C word for you. The Chiefs are going to win. You
Ugh.
know, it's not happening. It'd be a nice time to see the Titans win, and they do have that penchant for winning these big games against these big
Yeah,
opponents.
they do.
But it's I'm
Yes,
just I'm just
sir.
not gonna bet against I'm just not gonna bet against Patrick Mahomes, man. It's not
Unless,
happening.
unless unless they play the Bills, then you bet against them because we coming for them.
Hey, you don't have
Coming.
Tyreek anymore, man. Ryan
Yeah.
Tannehill and Derrick Henry out of Titans practice on Thursday.
Damn. That's a huge L then. Damn.
Derrick Henry insisted the foot that made him limited in Wednesday's practice is fine, and then he won't miss Sunday's game.
Damn.
Oh yeah, no, they're gonna lose, bro. They didn't
No
have
Dolphins.
Henry, no Tannehill, no Jeff Simmons, bro. Oh my god,
No Jeff Simmons.
Amani Hooker. Oh yeah, they're screwed, bro. This is
Damn.
over for them.
Well, that's
Ride the Chiefs. Bet the house.
So, does that mean that you're upset? Oh no, you picked the Panthers for your upset, right?
Yeah.
Okay. I was gonna say Monday Night Football, the Ravens versus the Saints. Who I was high on the Saints going into the season, but with the injuries and then, I mean, damn, they just look abysmal. Chris Olave is like their bright spot of the year. They still got a defense, but when you have, for some reason they benched can't remember his name right now. Winston,
yeah.
They benched Winston, and then you go with Andy Dalton. I don't know what's going on with that. So you'll go with Lamar Jackson.
Honestly, man, the Broward boy himself, Pompano icon, Lamar Jackson. It's not even gonna be pretty, bro. He's gonna destroy them. Like the Saints
Lamar
are supposed to be good,
Jackson.
but with what Kyler and because they like it's like what Kyler's supposed to be, this gamer, this electric quarterback. Lamar Jackson actually is. He can actually pass. He can actually run all over you, man. It's the Saints just don't have that same fun energy around them. They don't have those playmaking abilities. They're rocking Andy Dalton, literally the definition of bland mid.
Friggin' rocket.
The red rifle, yeah, man. That's what I'm saying. It's like a terrible nickname for an absolutely mid quarterback. For so long, we heard Andy Dalton was the median. Like if you had a quarterback better than Dalton, you were fine. If you had one worse than him, you were screwed. And now he's old. You're going against that versus dynamic Lamar, Action Jackson. Like no way, bro. It's not happening. Like Lamar and the boys are winning this with Roquan. That new energy they're going in. They're going all in.
Ooh.
Like
yeah, man.
It's crazy.
Yeah. It's going to be easily the Ravens, but hey, the Bills fans, we love us some Andy Dalton because he beat the Ravens to get us our first playoff berth in friggin' decades, and it was a crazy play. So we donated to his charity after he won that, and we give him a standing ovation every time he comes to Buffalo. So I mean, we love us some Andy Dalton, but man, he's serviceable backup.
Yeah, no,
but he's not a guy that's going to lead you to the promised land anymore. And
Monday night primetime Andy Dalton is not an inspiring man.
Let's talk
Lamar
about
Jackson.
Talk about it.
Like
what's Andy Dalton in primetime?
Not good. I know that Andy Dalton was. I don't know his record off the top of my head, but I know before Kirk Cousins was the guy who melted out on primetime, it was Andy Dalton. Like that was his time. I was gonna say his time to shine. It was his time to fail almost, like it was the bright lights were too bright for Andy Dalton. And now that spotlight goes on Kirk Cousins. But hey, I'm glad Andy was able to win you guys that game. That game in your favor, like that's what Andy should be remembered for. Those starts, those nice wins. Not, I'm never like it was almost comical for me to call him the Red Rifle. Like I liked calling Ryan Fitzpatrick the Amish rifle way better, bro. That
Oh
beard,
yeah.
elite. You know.
Do you remember who we beat that year though? To give us the opportunity to go into the playoffs?
No.
Yeah, I mean, it was nice. It was, but also at the same time, it was good for. We would take it, but it stinks when you have to win and then watch other people to see if you make it. Like, but for us, we haven't been there. It wasn't. It was so long since we last been in the playoffs, so we were just like, frig yeah, let's just. I don't give a shit.
You tell me, man, as a Dolphins fan, bro, I'm hoping that the Dolphins control their destiny for once instead of relying on every other situation in the book, bro.
Well, hey, here's the thing: Bills, Dolphins, Jets, even the Patriots, and right now in this point in time, we control our own destiny for the 1 seed. You guys all control your own destiny for the wild cards because there's never been 4 teams in the division make the playoffs, but it's not impossible. But there's definitely 3 that could make it. It'd be insane if all 4 did. I mean, come on, wouldn't that be friggin' this
AFC beast, bro?
I mean, I would root for that, honestly. Like, I don't think it's possible. I would root for it. I mean, the Patriots are in the hunt like by a game, so I mean, technically it's possible, but I just think it'd be cool. I would root for it just for like the fact to say we're the only division in history. Oh, I mean, maybe in like 1920, like when they had milkmen play football, maybe it happened. But I mean, I don't know. I think that'd be cool.
No, bro. I obviously there's that surface part of me that's like, no, I don't want to hear the Jets and the Patriots making the playoffs. But at the same time, it would be cool. It would be nice to know that, okay, you know, like we truly do have the best division in football. We truly are the AFC beast that wants all the smoke. We've got all the heat. We've got all the talent. You know, that'd be
right. Right now, we're what everyone thought the AFC West was going to be.
Exactly.
And the AFC West, man. So I'm going to say in my preseason, rankings, I thought the Broncos would be the 1, 2, or the 3 seed. After week 1, I messaged everybody I did the show with, and I said, you know what? I take it back. I'm not going to wait till week 5 and take it back. I'm going to take it back now. I don't care if the Broncos turn around and go 5-1 after that, but I'm taking it back. They're not going to be the top 3 team. And, here they are.
Here they freaking are, man. That was me with the Raiders, bro. Like I thought the Broncos were gonna do shoddy just because I don't like Russ. But I never could have seen this. I never could have foreseen this pitiful of performances. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah.
It's never in my wildest anti-Russ fanboy dreams did I ever I was the kid who would sit there with a 20-minute Russell Wilson highlight videotape with my buddies, and I'd be screaming with them, and I'd be like, "Look, this kid is bad. He's mediocre. All he does is spin around, just does a little ballerina trick, and just Wakata lobs it up to a lucky receiver, and he takes it off. It's not going to work elsewhere." Blah blah blah.
And you're right.
It turns out I never thought I would get the chance to see that maybe I had some right. It was such a nice feeling to have my buddies text and they're like, "Yo, 7 years later, Nando, 6 years later, it looks like you're right, man." And I'm like, "Yes, sir. Let's go."
It paid off, bro. It paid off.
It paid off. It's like the only slow cooking take I've ever had in my life pay off.
Yeah, you got to hold on to it, man.
You got to hold on
to that for sure. Man, I mean, people, if you haven't liked the video, smash that freaking like. Subscribe to Nando Talking Red, White, and Bills.
We're gonna do this. That Red, White, and Bills, baby.
Oh man, we appreciate the love. We're trying to grow to new heights. Little small town YouTubers trying to make it in the big world. Help us out. We enjoy you guys helping us out and having fun with us. Why don't you put your picks in there? Some of you guys were putting your picks, but let's get some more engagement. We love hear from the fans. Dolphins, Jets, Bills, Broncos, any fan that wants to show their face. And, Broncos fans, I'm sure they probably don't, because I wouldn't if Russ was my quarterback doing high knees on the friggin' airplane. There was some funny memes to that, man. Some people were having fun with that. I was dying.
It was amazing, man.
How do you think Devontae feels right now with the Raiders? Yeah, he got the money, but he was expecting them to be firing on all cylinders.
So I think it was really funny that there was all that talk over the offseason of like, oh, like, and then, credit for the Chiefs fans as well. I know it's the C word to you, but everyone was like,
Yeah.
oh, Tyreek leaves, Mahomes is going to flop. Like, oh, Tyreek's going to Miami, like he's going to flop there. And they're doing fine. But nobody's really talking about the fact that Aaron Rodgers is looking real shoddy without a true wide receiver one. And Devontae Adams does not look like Devontae Adams without Aaron Rodgers. Like Mac Hollins is having games where he outproduces him. Sometimes it feels like
Do you miss
what
Matt
is go?
Collins?
I mean, I miss him as
Not
a
even a little
person.
bit.
I miss his personality and his flair. I don't miss Mac Hollins, the wide receiver, too. I miss Mac Hollins, the gunner. Mac Hollins, the special teams ace. You know what I'm
about
saying?
Matt Collins, wide receiver 4 or 5?
Yeah, occasionally I have to see him, but mostly as a special teams guy. But I understood it was almost like cats out of the bag. Like he got that wide receiver 2 taste. He's looking more for that money. Like I understood he was never going to want to go be a 5 and a special teamer again, and he earned it. I just didn't want the team where he was a wide receiver 2 on my team. So
Yeah.
I'm happy he's doing well in Oakland, man, and in LA. Like all the best for Mac. Like awesome personality, such a laid back, chill dude. The sandals, the hair, the shells. Like he is ultimate vibes. But
I do think he's better than Cedric Wilson, though.
oh yeah, for sure. I mean, it's looking like River Craycraft and Trent Sherfield are better than Cedric Wilson, apparently. So
You know what's funny? I know our fan bases are rivals, but I have a lot of friends that are Cowboys fans. And when you guys picked up Cedric Wilson, and a lot of people were saying like, "Dude, this guy's gonna freaking just dominate every freaking game. Like he's a beast." And I was just like, I'm not just hating, but he's kind of a bum. And Cowboys fans will tell you, and they're like, "Nah, man, why is this Bills fan in the chat? You're just a hater." I'm like, "Hey, I'm like, okay." And then here we are, and he's just exactly what he is. A couple catches here and there, but he's not going to elevate your team. Like you said, Sherfield and Craycraft are doing better than he is. And who would have thought? I mean,
who would have thunk it, bro?
I thought, but I mean, hey, so recapping it, 12-3, 10-5. That's a solid week. If you want to spend, not you, Nando, but for the people watching, if you want to spend money on picking games, it seems like taking our word for it is pretty good, man. So we're pretty identical this week, minus 2 games. So
I have to get them both right to tie you up, man.
Yep.
So let's see if we can.
That's what Nando will be hoping for, and that'll be solid. If not, he's still in good standing. It's only a 2-game lead, so
Raiders, go Rams, baby.
Yeah, I mean, this is a blast, man. Like seriously, I'm so glad that you wanted to do this, and I know, like I said, I bugged the hell out of you, and I know our schedules are crazy, but to the people listening, we're always going to get this out every week, even if it's during the middle of the game. Obviously, we're going to be honest. We picked the Eagles, and even I thought, I was like, damn, Texas can win this. I was an honest man, and I didn't say I'm going to go with the Texans because they were looking hot. Of course, I picked the Eagles, and hey, we appreciate your engagement. All fan bases are welcome. There was a lot of Dolphins fans in the chat, a couple of Bills fans. We appreciate the love. I think this was, compared to last week, we had the most views this week.
So let's keep it up, man.
Let's keep that up. We're going to be streaming from both channels. Subscribe to both channels. And if you guys want to make this more fun, Fernando and I, like we already said, we already enacted you have to pick an upset every week. If you guys want something else to be fun, like you can pick one game that you don't want to pick, or like something crazy that you guys think, or just pitch us your ideas. We're down to hear them. So, Nando, closing thoughts.
Hey, man, definitely. If you guys got any idea, fan interaction is always so much fun. Thanks to everybody who came in the chat, who was interacting, tuning in. Always a blast. If you come after the show, feel free to drop your picks. I'd love to see a little comparison. Go head to head with us and just have a good time, man. If you have any ideas, anything you want to see, we do have like the little things like, upset of the week. We'll talk about what we think is the worst game of the week. If you want us to highlight the best game, or if you want us to just pick out little smaller things like, which quarterback do I think is going to have the best week of the or whatever, something along those lines. Feel free to drop that in the comment as well. Definitely check out both of our channels, Red, White, and Bills. Dude, thank you, Sean, for giving me the chance to to chop it up with you, man, and just talk some regular football. It's always a nice break to not have to only talk my Dolphins. Although I do love them a lot, it's nice to be able to just talk regular ball. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, of course. We
check
love
out the Red, White, and Bills. Check out Nano Talk too, bro. And we'll keep growing, bro.
Absolutely. I second that. Subscribe to Nano Talk, Red, White, and Bills. We love our teams. We're passionate about our teams. And of course, to talk about more than just your team, it's fun because, yeah, we're not experts on every other team, but we like talking football. We know football. And, we play most of these teams, especially our division. So it's fun to talk about them. And then you get more knowledge on them. You guys might not hear about other teams too much. So talking weekly picks, where else would you rather be, man? Than weekly picks.
No place else, baby.
And with weekly picks with the bros. But yeah, subscribe to both channels. Like the video up. Share it out after we posted it. And then let's keep growing every week. Go Bills. Say what you got to say because I can't say those words.
Fins up, baby. We ride.
And we'll see you guys next week. Thanks for tuning in.
See you guys next week. Thanks.